Hey guys, this is my second letter. This one is for Shea Pila from the Big Island. Your videos found me when I needed them most, and in their own quiet way, they helped guide me back to myself. So, this is my way of saying thank you. In this letter, I am going to share a simple process using AI to gain clarity on who you are, how you move through life, and where you are meant to go next. Letter number two, to Shea, learning to see yourself clearly. Date, 29 April, 26th year of the third millennium. To Shea, I wanted to start this letter with a simple thank you. I came across one of your videos and something about it stayed with me. Not in a loud way, not in a dramatic way, but in that quiet, steady way that feels like something has lit a light without asking for anything in return. Your videos feel like a lighthouse. And I think I understand why. I was raised in Oahu, up on the Makakilo Cliffs. There is something about being that high up, looking out over the ocean. You learn very quickly how small you are, but also how deeply connected you are to everything around you. The wind, the salt in the air, the rhythm of the waves below. It becomes part of you. So when I watch your videos, there is this instant feeling of home, not just a place, but a state of being, grounded, clear, present. And it reminded me of something else I learned growing up there. Hawaiian culture does not reject what comes into its environment. It observes, it understands, and when it is right, it integrates. That is the aloha spirit. Not just kindness, but harmony. A willingness to meet life as it is and find a way to move with it instead of against it. Your videos carry that. And in a time where so many people feel lost, disconnected, or unsure of themselves, that kind of presence matters more than most realize. It helped me move through some of my own dark waters. And because of that, I wanted to share something in return. Something simple, something practical, something that can help people begin to see themselves clearly. Start here, but go wider than most people do. Go to ChatGPT or any AI tool that you trust and ask for both. The prompt that I will be using is create a full Western astrology birth chart reading for me. My date of birth is insert your date of birth. My time of birth is insert the time. The minute doesn't have to be exact, as long as you get the hour. And I was born in location. Break it down in simple terms. Then explain my strengths, weaknesses, emotional patterns, and life themes. Then we are going to follow up with now create my Eastern astrology chart. Chinese, Vedic, or both if possible. Explain my core nature, cycles, strengths, challenges, and life path. Compare it with my Western chart and highlight any patterns that repeat. Enter. Okay. Now you are not looking at one mirror. You are standing between two. Where they overlap, pay attention. That is usually where truth sits the strongest. Not everyone's chart will look the same, and that is okay. In the Garden of Eden, there was not just one tree, there were many. Different roots, different fruit, different purpose. Even beside the golden apple trees, there were others growing quietly in their own way. So if your chart looks different, if your path feels different, do not rush to compare. You were not designed to mirror someone else. You were designed to understand yourself. But do not stop at reading, because information without application becomes noise. Once you have your charts, ask, based on my astrology charts, what gemstones align with my energy, personality, and growth path? Explain why, then suggest how they can support me in real life. This is where things begin to move from thought into something you can actually hold. But this part is not meant to be done alone. To those who walk deeply in astrology, to those who understand gemstones beyond surface level, this is your space too. Help us bridge the gap between knowledge and living. Teach us how to actually wear gemstones, rings, necklaces, placement, how to set up a simple altar or space that supports clarity, how to place stones in our homes so they work with us, not just sit there, how to care for and cleanse them properly, how to know when something is working and when it is not, because tools are only powerful as the understanding behind them. Now we go deeper. Do not ask a guide to flatter you. That path leads you nowhere. Ask instead, based on the way I think, communicate, and approach life, give me a brutally honest personality and cognitive assessment. Include my strengths, blind spots, defense mechanisms, and growth areas. Do not soften the truth. And then pause, because this is the part most people avoid. But if you stay, you will start to see your patterns, where you hold yourself back, where you overcompensate, where you are stronger than you realized. It is important to look at the parts of ourselves we try to avoid, not to shame them, but to understand them. Because you cannot face something if you refuse to name it. In many traditions, even exorcists must know the name of what they are confronting, not out of fear, but out of clarity. And in Bleach, the anime, we see this through Ichigo. Inside him lives another version, a hollow, not separate, not random, but a part of him that had to be faced. That is the same here. The weak parts of us, the reactive parts, the ones we hide, that is the hollow pearl. The parts we show the world, our strength, our light, that is the visible side of the moon. But just like the moon, there is always another side. Two surfaces of the same object. Yet we spend most of our lives only looking at one. We wonder what is on the other side, like the old thought experiment of the cat in the box, while ignoring the same unopened space within ourselves. Even Beyonce said it plainly in Pretty Hurts. It is the soul that needs surgery. So if we want to become whole, we cannot just polish what is already shining. We have to do what Ichigo did. Face it, understand it, and then integrate it. Not destroy it, not run from it, integrate it. Because wholeness is not built by removing parts of yourself. It is built by learning how all of you fits together. Now take both pieces, your map and your patterns, and ask, based on this, what environments, careers, and paths would allow me to thrive? What should I avoid? And what doors should I start knocking on right now? Not every door is yours. Some will drain you. Some will confuse you. Some will keep you small. But a few will feel like alignment, like effort that makes sense, like movement without resistance. That is where you go. I am not sharing this because I have it all figured out. I am sharing it because understanding both the good and the heart parts of myself is actually what brought me clarity. This is not about becoming someone new. It is about removing the noise until you can finally see who has been there all along. Use these tools wisely. Do not let them define you. Let them reveal you. And when something feels true, have the courage to follow it. To those in the astrology community, to those who work with gemstones, and to anyone who carries knowledge in these spaces, your insight matters. If you feel called, share your perspective, your understanding, your wisdom, because clarity grows stronger when it is shared across many voices. Now it is your turn. Write your own letter, be honest, be real, no mask, leave it in the comments below, or make your own response on YouTube so others can learn from you too. Because clarity was never meant to be kept, it was meant to be shared. And if this helped you find even a little piece of yourself, like, subscribe, and share it forward. Someone else might be standing in the dark, waiting for a light like this. With quiet certainty, Mara from within Prolect.